dog, but we ain't the same pedigree. Nah, they ain't scared of felonies. So when you see me, just had the same energy. Yeah, just had the same energy. Yeah, just had the same energy.
Activated.
Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's that boy Punch, man. Mr. Brooklyn everywhere. When you see me with that same energy. And I got, yeah, man, you gotta tell him sometime. And I mean, I don't want him to introduce himself. You should know the face, but you know, it's...
Nah, you always gotta introduce yourself. You never know who might not know you. You know, I go by Tory Lanez. A lot of people call me out by other names, but you know, we're not gonna get into that right now.
Mr. Red Cup, Blue Cup, Green Cup.
I don't want to get into all the AKAs right now. We're gonna be going for days.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, Tory, first off, bro, I feel like, you know, when you like an artist, when you like this whole shit, you see from afar. And to me, bro, your energy was like on a million. I see you walking on the crowd. I see you hanging from rafters. Your performance is like, it's like so lively, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate
you know what I mean? Your personality, though, was extremely humble. How the balance?
You know, my live show and things of that nature are, it's a craft, and it's not a job, but it's a craft, and that's just something that I'm good at. You know, that's something that I've worked hard to, you know, to just kind of attain as far as like performance skills and live energy and just having a stage presence that people are going to remember. That's something that I worked on. But just because I worked on that shouldn't change anything in my day-to-day life as far as the way I act.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, that's just something I like to do.
I mean, I've seen you perform a couple times. Honestly, arguably the best.
Thank you.
Hands down, top three.
I really appreciate that.
Top three, hands down.
Thank you.
Anybody says different, it's kind of the hate. You
Nah,
know
the thing about it is I would love to like just go head to head with like who's like, you know, the best.
Who would be your three if you pulled yourself out of it?
You know, that's crazy. That's a good question. Travis Scott is definitely
that was in my
incredible performer. J. Cole is an incredible performer.
Wow.
Who else did I see that? Chance the Rapper is a good.
I'm curious on Cole. Like, I've seen Cole perform, but
it's not necessarily just the fact that he's just on stage rapping, but it's how the set is. It's like the set is like, it's like a play. At least the last one that I saw was like this play. It was like a cinematic kind of piece, and it's like even down to the props and the lighting, all of that stuff played a part.
Yeah.
And how it sounded and how it looked.
He has like these dope sets.
Yeah,
like
it was more so
the house is there.
Yeah, it was more so
yeah.
just the whole everything.
Yeah.
Opposed to it just being about
jumping around, hyped up.
Or just, you know what I mean? It was just like, it wasn't about like one song and he performed this one song very well or his voice was good on the stage. It was just more so just the energy of him bringing that piece and it's still having that feeling and still you being able to rock with it.
Crazy.
You know?
I love Cole. I love what's going on with music. It's intriguing to me. You've been, you're always on this cusp to where that they don't want to call you the rapper, they don't want to call you the singer, you know what I mean? And you are both, and some muted with everything else blended in.
Yeah. Thank you.
Where do you put yourself in reference to competitively? Do you ever, is it like I want to be the best singer, or are you really just on the artist shit, just rather just do what you, do you aim for that?
I'm not like better than nobody like physically or like emotionally or like spiritually or anything like that, you know what I mean? Like as far as like artistry and everything, like I'm the best. I don't care who thinks we can go studio head to head and we can go talent for talent. Yeah. I'm better than you. Yeah. I don't care how, if we want to go, we can do that. That's one thing that I'm not humble about.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that.
I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
Yeah.
Like, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I know how hard I will go if the world really doesn't think that I'm better than you musically, I will really go back to the drawing board and I will put those hours in to be better than you.
Yeah.
Point blank, I will put more hours in than you.
Yeah.
There's nobody who will, and there's a lot of people with the work ethic, you know, they're popping a bunch of pills to stay up in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I smoke weed. drink Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He just finished recording a couple records.
You know what I'm
came
saying?
out here just as energetic. Be clear.
I'm not, you know what I mean? But like, sometimes that little aspect of it kind of twists people away from things, because it's like, then it's like, they think it's like I'm kind of cocky, but I'm not cocky at all. I just feel strongly about that aspect.
Yeah.
But as a person,
Yeah.
everybody should be treated the exact same. I'm not better than anybody.
Amazing.
As a person. Not at all. That's just my craft. Like, just like Jordan will say, I'm better than you in
Yeah.
basketball. That's how I feel about
Yeah.
it.
It's in certain people. You can see it. It's in Mike. It's in Kobe. You can see that they're like, "Nigga, you my man, but I'm gonna give you 40 tonight." You know, like you gonna catch this 40 piece tonight.
Yeah, like word.
You gonna catch this 40 piece. I love it. And I'm very intrigued on what you think about this. I know we jumping around, but your mind and your creativity is crazy. Tropical house. There's a genre called tropical house. You aware of this?
No. That sounds interesting.
Well, tropical house, realistically, is what they're trying to do, like extremely successful dance hall.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to take it away from dance hall and now call it something else. I actually saw a Sean Paul record come through like a record pool, because I DJ, you know what I mean? Come through a record pool and then the genre said tropical house.
Wow.
Same exact dance hall record.
That's crazy.
And I was just waiting for them to send yours with the same shit, because it's like they don't want to give credit to the genre. Now, to walk that in with that, what's your stance on how the world views the dancehall sound?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Like, for me, it's like, I don't know how America takes it. You know, like, when I go overseas, and I'm in like somewhere in Zurich, you know what I'm saying, or I'm in Oslo, Norway,
Crazy.
and they're just going ham to nothing but reggae music.
Crazy.
It's like, at the end of the day, I mean, it doesn't really matter how. It's just like how people receive hip hop. Like, some people don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to listen to hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we have our own reasoning for listening to it.
Correct.
As long as we like it for our reasoning, it will stay strong. The rest of the world, and I think people who don't just generally only listen to urban music, listen to a lot of reggae music. And I think the thing is with the names and stuff, I feel like that's just, as music goes on, you know, people don't ever want to feel like they still got the old. Everybody kind of wants to be in with the new in a weird way. Some of us. I mean, I love old school music more than anything. You know.
Right. We can hear it.
But thank you.
You do it. I would go to the extent of saying you do it the most authentically. You get what I'm saying? You're West Indian. You have West Indian background.
Yeah.
From where?
My dad is Bayesian and my mom is from Curacao. So technically, I'm supposed to be Guyanese, but I'm Dutch.
Curacao. I know a couple. A very small. It's like 10 of y'all. You know, it's not too many. They'll Google it. It's not. You know, Bayesian is some big shit. You know what I mean? But Curacao is a couple of. I love it though. All shouts out to them.
Yeah.
The authenticity that happens in your music, the way that you're able to cultivate the classics and really integrate it and make it just like almost, you know, just rejuvenated. Never felt cheesy. You get what I'm saying? It really never felt cheesy. And that's just to give props for it. You get what I'm saying? Now, do you feel, I mean, you've tried to title the genre of what you feel like you do. You know what I mean? Of, you know, blending all the different styles. Do you feel like it's needed? Because, like, there's just so many now where when you first started, and even Drizzy and just a lot of people who are able to literally go 16, let me do my hook, hit the note, bring it back down, 16, just that alone. Is it needed to get a genre so it doesn't take away from the pure singers and the pure rappers to where that is just like, what'd you call it?
Swavy.
Swavy, right?
Yeah, I call it, and the reason why I say that is because I just call it like, it's a standard bar of music, and it's a standard bar of like how far you take your music.
Yeah.
And I just feel like people who are willing to be multi-dimensional with the music, as far as like and multi-genre, if you will, if that is, you know what I mean. You know, that's not a real word, but like multi-genre. If
You make what we want.
Yeah, you know, if you are able to tap into multiple genres at a time and still be somebody who can keep their character. Like you said it's always authentic and it never felt corny.
Never.
You got to be able to touch the different genres and still remain who you are.
Yeah.
I think that is something that should be placed in a different category. And I call that category sweet.
I don't think that see, the thing is like this. We're all kind of blended together as just humans. You from Curacao, Beijing, you know, everybody's mixed with something. That's you. Yeah. You are the blender by yourself. Yeah, the problem is that when some of the guys do it that aren't the blender and then they're aiming for the music, that's when the authenticity gets a lot more obvious. You get what I'm saying?
And well, that's why there's that standard bar, because it's like you could fake the funk. Yeah. But if you're not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? It's different strokes for different folks. At the end of the day, it's like, no matter how you look at it, if you're not in if you haven't spent that many hours on your craft, it's gonna show. Yeah. But you learn these things with the hours that you put in. You know what I mean? Like, but when you put time into your craft, it's your craft just, you know, it's almost like a hamster on the wheel that actually grows muscles. It's like it's imagine this hamster every time this hamster gets on this wheel, like the muscles really just like, and it begins to be like this fucking bear after a while. it has the potential to do that, right? Yeah. Like this, that's what your goals and your fucking craft is. And the more you make that hamster run on that wheel, the bigger that shit becomes. You know what I'm saying? Until the point where it's just this monster, and at that point it's unstoppable, because it began to be from something so small. It's just a matter of, like I said, the hours that you're gonna put into this. You know what I mean? Opposed to the other person, and I feel like I said, if you're not willing to put in those hours, it will show. Your hamster will be small. Facts. It won't be big.
Yeah. Was your mind always like this, bro? You come across like extremely spiritual. You get what I'm saying? Like, see, I get it. Like extremely though, like where it's just like, it's kind of like almost letting life come to you. You get what I'm saying? Some people are running after life. Some people are like, I gotta go get it. And there's something about you where you like, I'm ready to work real hard, punch, but I'm gonna also allow the blessings and the hurdles, the goods, the bads, to literally. So this source from your pops.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, just kind of just my own relationship with God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just gonna say it's just my dad. Of course, my dad plays like a big influence in my life. It's just the fact that, to me, you know, these are some things that I've realized, like trials and tribulations of my life. Like, I've learned things, like I've learned not to talk when I'm not supposed to be talking. Like, I've learned certain things that kind of made me this way, you know what I'm saying? And like, I've also had very humbling experiences like beforehand, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you still live out here?
Where?
New York, yeah.
No? I live in Miami.
No, you used to. At one point you never lived.
Yeah,
you still live out here, right?
I did. I lived in Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And Long Island, we see you, like we joke around. I bumped into him in Vinny's yesterday. And I'm gonna be honest, because when you was like, yo, Punch, I fuck with you, blew my mind, bro. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm young in it, you get what I'm saying? And I'm moving, and for you to be, because you a superstar, you get what I'm saying? And a couple superstars fuck with me, but a lot of them don't. You get what I'm saying? So when a superstar come down and go, Punch, I see what's going on. Super dope. Like, I appreciate that, bro. It made my day, bro. You know what I'm saying? I hit Fifth on the line and said, yo, motherfucker. All right? Just letting you know. You get what I'm saying? Niggas is fucking with me out here. You know what I mean? Talk about Fifth. You was just in the studio with him.
He invited me to this, like, private viewing this movie he had coming out.
Oh, okay.
Incredible movie, by the way.
Wow. 50 is a better actor than what a lot of people.
Yeah, he's an incredible actor. Like, I'm not gonna lie, because it's really a matter of being able to switch into different characters that really create a good actor. It's easy to be typecasted and play one role very well. Yeah. But when you have to play different characters, is what shows.
His movies show the skill set. Kanan That's a lot more like 50 than motherfuckers want to believe. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
50 is really on it. You don't really want to see the wrong side of the ball sometimes. You get what I'm saying? I get it. But I used to see another thing too, because when you were around New York, I've seen you've been around Brooklyn. You come out, you literally like in the middle of the hood showing love.
Yeah.
How? Why?
I'm like that everywhere I go though, because it's just like I don't live my life like yo, like I can't go to this place and that place because of what? I don't understand. It's like why can't I go? Yeah, some places you're just not supposed to be, Tory, like da 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 da. But the thing about it is niggas in these places just like me, my nigga. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I'm on TV. I do a lot of different things. But when you see me, my nigga, I'm just so much like you that it's just like you can't look at me and what do you want to do? I don't understand. Like, what are you gonna look at me and want to square it up? I'm gonna square it up with you, my nigga. I don't understand. I'm gonna not understand why we squaring it up, but I'm squared up, my nigga. Like, I'm just one of those persons where it's like I'm not a super tough guy. I'm not over here. But at the end of the day, like people, I have heart, and I'm just one of those people where it's like if I'm supposed to go somewhere, that's where I'm going. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's it. And it's like at the end of the day, if I'm supposed to die here, that's where I'm supposed to die, bro. Like that's where the chapter was supposed to end for me, bro. If it wasn't, if I'm not supposed to die there, then I'm gonna go out there and everything's gonna be alright. But if I am, then that's who cares, my nigga. That's how my life is supposed to go.
Your spirituality is strong, my brother.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's talk about the blessings you've had. You've been able to tour around the world. You've been able to really do some amazing. It's hard to wrap your mind around. Bring us to one of the dopest moments for you, you know, on that stage where you was like, whoa, where were you? What was it like? Who'd you perform before, after? What made that special? Put us in that moment.
What, just like as far as
like just one of those moments where you kind of was like, well, that's a lot of motherfuckers here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, now like the one of those moments. For me, it's like I think the second time we went to Europe, and I went to I can't remember where it was. It's Paris, and I have the footage in a video that we did called Real Addresses, but like, and at the end of the video, you'll see it's like the line was like dumb long, like. It was like the first time I had, because what they had me doing was going to the venues and selling them out twice. I was selling out like 4,000 people venues, and I'm doing it twice, like in like 2 days. Like I'm just doing it, and these sold out. Like it's crazy because when they went online, these places sold out. Like the whole tour in Europe, everything sold out in like 30 minutes to an hour, in like 30 minutes to an hour.
Crazy, bro.
And these are back-to-back shows. So when I got out there, like, of course, like when someone tells you that, you're like, yo, that's crazy. But like when I got out there,
and you see it,
it's
a different thing.
And it's just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like one of those people who like I give like a super show. So like you see how like they put like the in the rooms you got the first level people standing, and you got this level, and then you got this level.
The balcony.
Like I crowd surf from this to climb to this level, and still be crowd surfing, climb up to that. I did that in the House of Blues. I crowd surfing, climbed all the way to the top.
We've seen you do some wild shit, bro.
Some
like
wild things.
You think you fucking Spider-Man? Oh yeah, like I mean, like you climbing up a bunch. I mean, I see it. It's who's the first person to really stand next to you musically? That was like, yo, Tory, like outspoken, like I'm putting a stamp on him.
It was Sean Kingston.
Wow. What was this? This is way before Say It? Wait.
I was signed to Sean Kingston before this. I was signed to Sean Kingston when I was 18, up until 21.
Wow. Okay. New stuff. How about that? Wow. Sean Kingston is that was J.R. Rodham with him and J.R.
Yeah, but I wasn't signed with them. I was just signed directly to him.
Crazy.
Fuck that up.
Great job. He's a little pissed with this now.
Yeah, but that's my man. So like, you know
look, I get it. No shots.
Shout out to you, Sean. You fuck that up.
Sometimes you look at it, man. You know, it's like the draft. You pick.
But at the end of the day,
you
like
let it go.
Like I'm still thankful for the opportunities because without him seeing me, like I said,
who knows how the cards will play out?
The cards wouldn't have played out the exact same way because I wouldn't have met the people who connected me to the people that I'm with now. So at the end of the day, like I can't fully say fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just as an artist, when you know you're signed to like an independent label and it doesn't work out, you always kind of feel like, damn man, like.
Yeah.
Especially when you do actually pop, you're like, yo, nigga, I was trying to tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just
like
kind of.
I told you I was kind of great, bro.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
told you I was kind of great. I get it.
That's all it is.
Mature. I mean, your mindset, your viewpoint is extremely mature. Did that have anything to do with playing with you just being like? I feel like when the culture tried to make you go against Drake and tried to pin you out, you just were able to just be, yo, I rock with it, you know, but I'm just doing me. Like, what allowed you to still come out of there not being kind of just like a piece of shit, not letting it drag you down with it? You get what I'm saying?
I think in the time it was just a sense of like I'm still doing something that niggas didn't do, like regardless of the fact, like, cause like don't get me wrong, in the time like, we really had an actual, not like an actual problem, but like as far as like music and just being competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
You want to give
like,
him 40.
Yeah, like we were going back and forth.
You want to give him 40 every day.
A little, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just do what people do in music. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And I think that in that time, it was just a matter of like, I felt like, I kind of felt more so like, yeah, I appreciate that in a weird way. Every time it was like a line or whatever the case is, a swing. It was almost more so like I looked at it more so like, yeah, I see you, little nigga.
Yeah.
Because I see you.
I did.
If I didn't see you, I wouldn't even try to eat. There's so many niggas. Cause you gotta look at it this way, and like now we we text now, we talk now, like you know what I'm saying, like it's ill niggas, like you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Beforehand, we didn't really know each other, so
y'all never met before that picture. That picture
we had met, but it was like stupid briefly, like mad brief. And when we met, I had told him like you know what I'm saying, like he was an inspiration.
Yeah.
To
that's the first time.
The first time I ever met him, I was like, yo, you're an inspiration to my shit, and he was like, yo, I fuck with your shit too.
Yeah.
And the second time I met him. Same thing, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, we was just talking, whatever case is very brief or whatever the case is, and we was talking about chopping it up.
Yeah.
But then like, I think in the midst of everything, and then like in the midst of, you know, sometimes with the different shit, it you know, it begins to be like
from the city to sound. I mean, there were a lot of things that could be compared.
And that was what it is. At the end of the day, like I'll never sit here and be like, yo, some of my inspirations in like musical style doesn't come from him. Like of course, I grew up in my city listening to a lot of his shit. Like you know what I'm saying. Like so, at the end of the day, I think that everybody from the city borrows from each other. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying me. I'm not just saying him. I'm not saying. I think everybody borrows from each other. Like you know what I'm saying. There's certain melodies that you just know, like, oh, that's a Toronto melody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, musical people, they know, like, the certain melodies that we go to.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, like, it's all a strive when you put it in it. So, it's like, at the end of the day, I'm still going to make music that's great, and he's going to make music that's great. You know what I'm saying? So, in the time, I didn't look at it like, this nigga's really coming for my neck. And I looked at it like, alright, you see me.
You see him, he see you.
You know what I'm saying? And I see you too, because at the same time I was jabbing back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna act like, you know what I'm saying?
We heard.
You know, so but that was all it was, you know, and especially like after we spoke about it and shit, it was just like we realized like this is dumb, we're fucking up the money.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm fucking up the money, like you know what I mean, as far as just like
I didn't
want it, cause at the end of the day the battle and everything is cool, but like bro, niggas make good music, bro. It's like at the end of the day, it's like there's so much more money to be made if niggas just make good music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like one of those. I'm not like a sweet nigga. Like you know, nobody's ever gonna like play me or do no funny shit to me.
Nah.
And so my thing is, it's like I'm never gonna take things that deep. Like you know what I'm saying? It was just music. We didn't know each other on a personal level to really have that kind of
any real smoke. It was just competitive, Joe.
It was just music. It was just music.
You mentioned the city. What's What's the biggest misconception out of 6?
I don't know. I would say like, I don't know. I think I would just say like, sometimes people think because like, you know, Canada is just like a very clean place that the way our upbringing isn't like the same as like, you know, there's different boroughs out here.
Yeah, I think
very much the
we don't
same.
think as the country. I don't think we think as the hood.
Yeah,
you know, like I don't think
and at the end of the day, like I don't glorify the hood. Like I don't really like the times when I was like homeless and like fucked up, and like, I hated those times. Those times sucked. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't ever want to go back to those times. Like anybody who's glorifying those times, I just don't understand. I just don't want to be there.
Understood.
No disrespect to nobody. I just don't want to. I don't want to do that.
I don't think anybody. I think anybody.
I don't ever want to go
come
back to that lifestyle. So for me, like, I just know that where we live, there is that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm spitting certain things, when you hear certain lines, like even certain lines that even Drake has spit before, like when sometimes he says certain things and niggas be like, yo, get the fuck out of here because da da da. Nah, nigga, this is real shit. When niggas say, yo, at Kitty's trying to duck us straight, chill, a party at fucking Kitty's, like,
it's action.
Like nigga, at the end of a party, you gotta understand, there's mad Caribbean people everywhere. It's just like, so our city was just turned up, like it was just turned up, like you see how like Flatbush and you got all the Jamaicans and all of that, like
6 is the same way.
It's like crazier, and there's a bunch more Somalian people. I shouldn't say Somali, but Somali. There's a bunch, you know what I'm saying? There's a bunch more Somalis out there, like you know what I'm saying? It's different. Like it's different. It's different.
I went out there and I was man. They got roti spots. They got curry spots. I mean, every other block. I'm like, I must be in fucking Brooklyn out here. This shit is crazy.
Nah,
and that's when I connected with it. You bring up something that triggered something for me. What's up with? Walk us through your relationship with Meek. You know, because y'all make fantastic. You want to know what? And I'm gonna say this. What Meek allowed you to do, again, I feel like it just allowed you to go through another lane. Like, I really make these street anthems. Because at one point they were like, Tory make records for the bitches, man. You know, and then, you know, he got all the bitches dancing. He got them loving it. But Meek, I think, gave you the arena to be like, I really came from here too, and you made these records. You know what I mean? Like, walk us through the connection with Meek.
Well, me and Meek, we met each other. We met each other a while back, like when I first got signed to Sean Kingston. I actually met him.
This is crazy.
When I was signed to Sean Kingston, and he was signed to Ross, and we walked in. They were shooting Pandemonium at the time, and it was like right before they shot I'm the Boss. And I remember he came to me, and I was like, "Yo, Tory Lanez," and he was like, "Man, I know who you are." And at that time, it was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Because I had just heard about him too, though.
Yeah.
This is like the first time I actually had seen him.
Yeah.
So boom, he was like, "Yeah, nah, nigga, I know who you are."
Yeah.
Boom. Like a couple weeks later, he had sent me a record. I had sent him a record for my mixtape. He was on my mixtape like 7 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so basically, like I had you know previously worked with him or whatever the case is. And I remember like one day I had called him like right after he did the version. I was just like, "Yo, bro, I want to tell you, man, like you really nice, my nigga." And I remember saying these exact words. I'm like, "Yo, no dick riding shit, my nigga." You know how niggas always say it? Like, "Yo, no dick riding shit, my nigga." Like, real shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was on the phone and like, "Yo, word, like no dick riding shit, my nigga." Like, "Yo, like you really fire, my nigga." And he was like, "Yo, I really, honestly, truly, and genuinely feel the same way about you."
Yeah.
Nigga, 2 weeks later, my nigga just blew, my nigga.
Crazy.
It was out. So it was big, like, you know what I'm saying? So along the line, we hadn't really spoke. Like as after he had did Boss and those records like that, we hadn't really spoke to each other like in a while, because I was like, some other shit happened to me. I was stuck in Canada. I couldn't pass the border. And then basically like in that time we hadn't really talked. So like after like 4 years or 2 years or some shit like that, he found out that I was doing these hooks, and the hooks got back to him somehow.
Yeah.
and he just started rocking with the hooks. Like, he was listening to the hooks, but he was jumping on all my hooks.
Yeah.
And at that point, it ended up just being like this thing where he knew me as the nigga for the hooks.
Yeah.
And you niggas ain't fucking with me. That shit was whatever the case. We did that record, and then
These are like big street anthems.
yeah, through this time, and then I did with Lord Knows on my own one day, and I was like, oh, that's right, it's whack. And then I was just like, yo, and then
Because it's unique.
I don't know, I just wasn't feeling the record when I did it, because I had did a record previous called Godfather that was originally supposed to go to Meek, but then I just took it for myself.
Yeah.
And then I made Lord Knows, and then I was just like, you know what, it's just something that probably will fit Meek, and then it ended up being the intro of this last shit or whatever the case is. And then this time,
you know, Meek intros are kind of a big, you know,
yeah,
that's kind of a big deal for him.
Nah,
you get what I'm saying? So the follow up with yours was like, it had something.
Nah, definitely.
How do you feel about Meek now with all of the hurdles? Like they're putting up mile high hurdles in front of this guy. Have you spoke to him before the lead up and any time close to before he just brought this again?
We was just talking about working on something, and then next thing I know, he was locked up. Like,
what goes through your mind when you hear Meek does wheelies and gets 2 years? You know, like
I was just like, what the fuck? But I always know, like, I don't know what be going on with him, but I just always see, like, the niggas just be fucking with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's like, when you be in your city, sometimes when you that target, niggas just fuck with you. But, like, sometimes you see niggas fuck with you too much, it starts to look like fuckery. You know what I'm saying? And that just looked like some fuckery.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when they digging into the case, and they finding out all the extra shit, it's just like, it just kind of show you, you know, sometimes the judicial system is just like, come on, man, like.
It's really stacked against certain people, man.
Definitely.
The cards is different. You tap on something else, and because I got so much thoughts. Joe Budden Academic. Every time we look at them, they always have these conversations. Best hook this. Who's the greatest verses? So everyday struggle always comes with this. I ask you, where are you at with hooks? Because in this last tenor, because we're about to have the next 10 years, time is flying. It's about to be 18. So if we took from 2010 to 2018, who are the hook masters of this decade? You have to be there.
What do you mean?
Like hooks, like the best hooks.
The best hooks right now?
Best chorus by what? I'm talking about in this last 10 years.
Wow.
Because we give the legends, the T-Pains, the Akons, we
like,
gotta give them, they're like these, and then we go back, then it gets even, of course. But let's focus on...
You have to say the last 7 years.
Yeah, I think 10 was the round number, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I'm definitely one of the best.
Yeah.
You know, I'll stay on top of that.
I mean, I'm not mad at you though. Yo, I'm not mad at you.
But I definitely think Ty Dolla $ign is dope. He's incredible with hooks.
Yeah.
Travis Scott has good hooks.
Yeah.
Who else do I think had good hooks? Sway Lee.
Stacks.
Shit.
Yeah.
That kid's got the shit.
Yeah.
That kid got the shit.
Unforgettable was unbelievable to no
time.
All of those.
My favorite people, you know, my favorite like artists and shit like that. But I don't know if I'm going back too far. But like, you know, Dream is like, my favorite.
Yeah.
Makers, period.
His whole pen is crazy.
It's just retarded.
Is it? What about like this classic music? Because you do the Chicks tapes, and I mean, you basically hit the boosters on it, and now I see every rapper digging back into this kind of shit. Yeah. You know, I mean, hey, inspiration. You know, what makes you keep wanting to do Chicks tapes? I mean, and then just keep doing over these old records and flipping them and being.
Yeah, well, I mean that. Sadly enough, when I got signed, and then the next project around that time was the Chicks tape, but it was the Chicks tape 3.
Yeah.
And so like everybody thought that was like my sound or something, like that was like the sound that I was bringing out as far as like just in general.
Because of Say It.
Because Say It, so they kind of looked at that like, yo, this is his thing, you know, this is his thing. So in that time, I was just more so like, I don't know, I was just more so like, you know, I wanted to do this because it's something that I do, but I didn't want people to start looking at it and being like, yo, this is the main thing that he does. So that's why like I had dropped the New Toronto with it.
Like the same.
Yeah,
It was like the same thing. Yeah.
And 2 projects, one more rap.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And stuff like that. And then Chixtape specifically.
That was 4 though. Chixtape 4, no?
I think it was 3 at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
Yeah.
Chixtape 4 just came out.
Yeah, and that has the Genuine on it.
Yeah, that has all
Bobby
that.
V and all that.
Yeah. Because mind you,
That's
but
kinda
see,
different.
that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's been going on when I was like the first Chixtape I was signed to Sean Kingston my first year. That's when the first Chixtape came out.
Yeah.
The second one came right after I got out of that deal, and I was like on my own for a little bit.
Crazy.
And then the third one came when I got signed to Interscope.
Amazing.
The fourth one came last year.
Amazing. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you too long, man. You know what they go so hard about you when you playing ball. What do you got to say to the people that go so hard on how you play ball? Because
my shot goes in. Like, who cares how I shoot it? The shot goes in.
The shot goes in.
The shot goes in. Like, the shot goes in. And the thing about it is like, when people play me one-on-one though, it's like, and not even on no funny shit, I'm not trying to just
talk your shit.
But like, yo, I could ball. Like all jokes aside, like I could ball. Like, is it? Like we can go. We can ball it up. I'm not saying I'm the best.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not that. I'm far from that. But I could definitely ball.
Yo, don't you wish sometimes, maybe it's just be, you don't wish that, like, remember when we was coming up, they used to have MTV, the basketball games with the celebrities, and they used to have everybody going against each other. I wish that they'd have, because they do it on, like, All-Star Weekend and shit like that, but don't come on TV.
Yeah.
I want to see somebody get cracked, you know, like,
word,
go right back at it. Because niggas like Chris Brown, he's fucking a pro athlete, he's doing flips and shit.
Nah, word. Nah, I think they need to bring in some type of, like, real celebrity, like, walking that happens, like,
you give somebody nice.
Something like, you know.
Is there anybody out here who you know for a fact can't guard you? You get what I'm saying? That they need to know that if the tour dates cross, that they don't want no smoke.
I don't know. It's a lot of. I think Lil Bibby said some shit one time.
Lil Bibby?
It's like, yo, Tory don't want to play. I will cross your shit up.
And Bibby is so smooth.
Cross your shit up.
Bibby probably got a slow game. Bibby gotta have a slow game.
I don't know. Bibby look like one of those niggas you just never know. He might pull out like the crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, on some low key, but you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna undermine his game, but like, yo, I'll cross your shit up, man.
Bibby is my boy, but Bibby, every time I talk to Bibby, he like, yo, punch, what? It's so slow. I can't even imagine him running. You know what I mean? I can't.
Nah, yeah, me and Bibby need to line it up. We need to line it up.
He probably got a jumper.
That's what I'm saying.
A stable jumper.
He might be one of those niggas who just has something in the cut that you just don't understand. Like
a weird hook shot.
Yeah.
So, look, take that from Chicago with it. I ain't mad at it. Yo, Tory, you are really 100% a real one. I mean, I love it. You humble. I wish you nothing but the best creatively. You know, this is the time where I give you your props on me as a fan, me as a DJ. Creatively, you're amazing. What you're doing for music is understated. You're making sure that dance hall and Caribbean culture is continuously pushed into the forefront. Shout out to Tonto, Metro, and Devontae. You get what I'm saying? That's big. Because you literally took one of our cult classes, and I say our because as Brooklyn and as a Caribbean, we can't avoid it. That's our shit. So when you do that, it's like, wow. You get what I'm saying? You took a cult classic for us. You gave it back life. It allowed that whole rhythm, that whole time period, all of those artists to get another chance and another run at that. And it's amazing what you're doing. It's unsaid, and I hope that more and more comes out of it. Is there anybody new that you listening to that you love for the people to get in tune with musically that you listen to?
Yeah, I listen to this kid named Mansa, and there's this new kid I think is about to come out named Davo. Super cold.
Davo. Where's he from?
Miami.
Wow. Okay.
Mansa's from LA and Davo's from Miami.
That's crazy.
Cold. Super cold.
Rap, singing?
Singing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
See, there you go. That's the moments where y'all just go, now y'all career, that's it. That's it. World Star the Academic says, Tory Lanez says, look out for boom. Yeah. You can't be mad at that. You gotta love him. You already know what it is, man. It's Punch, Tory Lanez, boom. It's lit. I appreciate you, man.